Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to TerickTime. In our fancy little intro time lapse, you saw our super smelter at its finest of works, which we did a very wonderful cover up in the last episode. Very much love this build. I actually haven't tweaked anything since I built it. It's very surprising, but it's still working perfectly, which I was a little bit nervous of, thinking I might have broken something when I built everything around it, but we're good. Stuff goes in, it creates fuel or uses fuel, it creates fuel. You saw the bamboo going up, it creates that back into planks and resupplies everything, and everything shut off automatically. It was wonderful. We're just waiting for the bone meal indicator to be full, but yeah, I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. One thing I did do between episodes is whenever I know what I'm doing. Whenever you start using obscene amounts of rockets, you start to carry around obscene amounts of rockets, kind of like having a shulker of rockets. Now, I'm lazy. Yes, I could make that. No problem. Probably faster than this can. But this makes it for me. It's a little hard to see, but it's actually in action right now. A little bit of lagging behind in the production, but yeah, it's actually about to shut off in a second here. But we've got all of our paper coming in. We're manually putting gunpowder in here right now because we haven't brought it from downstairs up to here. But then I also built this little thing where it's just a simple little torch burnout nonsense thing. A torch burnout per dropper is 8 items. So 4 droppers times 8 is 32 rockets. Boop, 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 boop. Look at that. I just come in here, I hit a button, and I get half a stack of rockets. So every time I need more rockets, I just go swing, and I leave. Yes, I know I could open a chest, take a half a stack, and just move on with my day, but this is more fun. Let me have my fun, and come along for the ride. It's greatly appreciated. And you know what? Something I haven't done in a very long time. If you do enjoy the series, I greatly appreciate you sharing your time, but if you wouldn't mind hitting that little like button potentially down below, maybe even a little sub if you've been enjoying the series, it would be greatly appreciated, and I feel shameless, I'm sorry. Oh, I did move the portal up there. It's kind of like a billboard now, but all I have to do to go to the nether is smash my face into a wall, and I'm good, but I don't want to go to the nether right now. Now, I have been coming up with some ideas for this building. I've been kind of looking at buildings where I live, and kind of started to come up with some ideas on what I can kind of do here. So I have swapped out this kind of center portion for brick, which I do like. But now I'm starting to feel like the granite, it's just a little bit busy. So I need to find a way to kind of smooth it down a little bit. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to get some terracotta involved to kind of smooth it up. But I'm percolating on that idea right now. One thing I am not percolating on is the off-camera work I've been doing in the storage room. So now that I have wonderful shulker boxes, I've been starting to get a little bit organized. So I've started working on my ender chests, gear, rockets for when we go adventuring, diggy box, redstone box, armor stand box, crafting box I haven't really got very far with, but then like redstone building blocks that, go hand in hand for when we're building things. But then I also have been doing this. So this is actually a little bit tricky to see right now, but I've been working on creating all of the colors of everything. So I'm going to be eventually making a sheep farm, because wool is handy to have. But then keeping it organized in my storage room and being able to put a whole lot of stuff, but then keeping everything organized by color. And I've been working on dyes as well. Dyes it's been coming along. There's a few things that we're kind of lacking. The main one I would like today, though, which is why we got all that lovely green dye, is cyan dye. And cyan dye is needed for the mountain. I'm going to be using cyan terracotta to kind of make some streaks kind of going through the mountain, or different kind of little nubs with different color palettes, kind of like, oh, hey, my other kitty came into the office to say hello. It's Bridget. I'm gonna put a picture of Bridget on the camera right now because I don't know if I don't know if I've shown Bridget. She's very shy, very, very shy, but she's a very cute little baby. Anywho, as I was saying before, I was so easily distracted. We need blue dye, and that's the extent of my lapis, which is not going to be enough. So I think we need to go make a blue flower. What is that? Cornflower? Cornflower? Yeah, cornflower. But I only have 12. That's not going to cut it. So we are going to make sure we have our red stony box. That's perfect. We're going to grab a few more things here. And I think there is... I think it's just on the other side of that mountain there. There's a flower forest, I think. We'll go for a quick skadooch over that way. See if we can find a little blue flower section. I'm gonna bring some bone meal. And... I think we're good. I think we have hoopers, we have chests, we have a composter for unnecessariness. Yes, I believe so. I think so. Yes, right here. It's not much, but I think it's gonna do. So we're just gonna grab a little bit more bone meal because we do want to kind of find the right kind of area where we want to get the flowers. Stop grassing and give me, just let me know where. Okay, that's good. A little bit here, a little bit there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for a good kind of it's a 5x6 space. So right now we're kind of leaning towards the edge here, which is a little unfortunate. I'm just gonna see what happens down here. Okay, we're getting lilies, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with lilies. They are gorgeous. So maybe we'll do a little thing kind of right across here. And one moment, please. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're gonna go. Let me get actually. This is goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. We need our blocks. Just to kind of figure out where our edge is gonna be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's gonna go there, and then I think we're gonna take this section here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not supposed to be there. Okay. Okay, so this is the space I'm working with. So first things first, I need to dig down 2 blocks. And no, I didn't come up with this design, but it's a very quick flower farm design, which I've been using for a long time. So we're just going to continue going with what we know works. So let me quickly put this together. An emphasis on quickly is subject to, well, my memory. I always forget how to do this, so give me a second. Okay, I have done it. Let me just clean my pockets up a little bit. And I swear no wandering traders were hurt in the process of making this. They just they got hurt in the process of making this. It's fine. Everything's fine. A little bit of stuff here so nothing falls too excessively. Actually, I need to do the other side as well. And yeah, it's basically this observer sees the dirt move or the grass move, powers this, sends a signal which these observers observe, pushing the grass block back, and then it happens again, and it just kind of goes, and it's very loud and obnoxious. But you know what? It gets the job done. So we're going to turn this on. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit. Get like 9 stacks of blue flowers here, and we can then head on our merry way. Oh shucks, really? 5 short, really? Really? Oh bother. Okay, we have our 5 stacks. I'm going to dump that. You know what, actually be smart? Run it a little bit longer, get some actual blue dye too. I'll be right back. Yeah, I love a little successful excursion. It's just perfect. Okay, so I need 9 stacks for the cyan. I don't know what that was. That was odd. Lily of the Valley, we're going to be using as flowery bits because they're pretty. Oh my goodness. Hand-eye coordination? Not good this morning. Not good, y'all. Okay. We have our stuff, which is fabulous. Thank you for your patience. Now we can make a whole bunch of cyan terracotta to work on the mountain off camera because, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to say it here. If you would like to see me working on the mountain via a stream or in an episode or anything of that nature, just let me know down in the comments. Do like, just even if you just type mountain, I would totally accept that. I would appreciate that. I don't feel like most people would, but if you do, let me know. Just let me know. It's all good. Thank you. Okay, before we continue on, it is raining, and I would like to show you something because I didn't know that this was a thing. So, well, I knew it was a thing. I just didn't realize how extreme of a thing it is. So, if you have a Riptide and an Elytra, you can, fly around without using rockets, which is wonderful. The aspect I didn't know. Hang on, we're in snow. We need to come further down. Okay. We're just gonna go this way a little bit. Okay. Now, I am gonna turn on Mini HUD. Maybe. Okay. So I have a speed setting for Mini HUD right now. So up on the top left corner, you can see, gliding. We're gliding about we're gliding at about 20 meters per second or 20 blocks per second, which is pretty good. But then we Riptide 80 4 times instantly. Now, this gets even worse. I'm gonna take that speed meter and kind of blow it up a little bit, make it easier to see here. But watch this. I cap out at like 220-ish, I think. It's so fast. Oh, I saw like a 240 or a 250 in there. That was, but like, the world can't load. It struggles to load because I'm moving so fast. I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know I could move this fast that voluntarily. Like, yes, you're rain dependent, but I kind of like the rain now. Like, if I gotta go a long distance and it's raining, I'm taking the overworld. This is gonna be there in like 3 minutes or 2 seconds flat. It's nutty. Not that the world loads fast enough, but Anyway, back to this building. It is a giant granite blob. It is starting to bother me. So we are going to be doing, like a little awning at the front here. We're going to be leveraging the billboard-esque kind of idea here to have our portal up on there, because if I go through the portal at the bottom, I'm going to be underneath the nether. if I go, I haven't done this yet, but eventually I'm going to be on the nether roof to do a few stapley things like a gold farm and whatnot, because, well, it's just easier up there. But I would be able to go through the top of the portal and end up on the roof, which I thought was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea, I think, as long as it's going to work. But yeah, granite busy blob. So what I'm thinking is, for starters, we need to ease up on the granite here. So I'm gonna experiment here for a second. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I'm gonna try something. Maybe? I'm not like 100% sold yet, but I do like the idea of this. There's this apartment building near where I live, and I drive past this thing every single day going to work, and it's got these broad vertical panels that just go up the entire side of the building, and it's like there's a little bit of a rougher concrete finish and then like a smoother concrete finish, and they just did these layers. They did, well, actually no, that would be 9 meters wide, that's pretty wide actually when you think about it. So yeah, that's probably right in a comparison, but it looks a little funky maybe, but due to the fact that I do want some windows in here is going to kind of hinder that. But I think having these broad brushed strokes of terracotta going up is just going to help kind of break up the busyness of the granite. I think the granite would be better without that pixel, that one really light pixel, just mega away. Anyway, it just goes, and yeah, it's just a little bit much. But anyway, with the awning coming across, because like the awning's going to stick out to cover the sticky out bit, but then it's going to be shorter back here, so it's kind of like a multi-layered awning, which I think is going to work. But let me smack a little bit more of this terracotta in, and let's have another look-sees. I'm not crazy, right? It is working, I think. I feel like it's working. It's working, right? Yeah, it's working. Right? Yes. Hello. Okay. Many things have been happening. Many things have been happening. I got carried away. And also it's been like probably 2 weeks since the last clip, because unfortunately life has become busy again. Anywho, yeah, lots of things have been changing. I have been slowly kind of picking away at the mountain. I have kind of got things over to the far end there now, so it's this side is kind of complete. Unfortunately, we are getting a little bit of snow up here, which I'm not thrilled about, but it is what it is. In behind here, we have done a few things, I think. Yeah, I put together a mud farm. I had dirt and I needed mud, and there was no mangrove that I could find anywhere nearby, so mud farm it is. Now, there are some things that have been changing, as you can tell. So we did the kind of little asphalty pathway going over to the mountain, bringing it over to the harbor. We do have this kind of harsh seam here, but this in actuality thank you, is kind of a thing. You know, this kind of work area here, you would not typically use asphalt. It's not strong enough. It's just not strong enough. So concrete over here, asphalt over here, and then we did the little tricky trick. Usually this is done for pool tables, but use the pale oak signs with some black carpet on top for little parking lines. So now if I feel so obligated or enthused or motivated, I could build little cars there. I don't know how detailed I'd be able to get a little car in here, but you know, it's fine. Yeah, and then things have been happening here. A couple of things. So in the last clip, well, not the last clip, the 2 clips ago. One moment, please. Oh, cool. I've just been talking to myself for like 10 minutes without even recording. I'm fantastic. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, as you can tell from a couple clips ago, I think it's 3 clips now. I'm all confused in my brain. We have worked on this tower here. So this is the villager kind of nonsense tower. There's a breeder there. There's some mishmash, mosh pit stuff going on in there. Got to deal with that. But for now, we have kind of just extended the tower up a little bit more of a gradient. So we went, you know, andesite, clay, diorite, calcite. I'm okay with it for now. What I'm not sure on is this big, heavy antenna. I think it's too much. It's too much, isn't it? Like, it's just like there's times where it is too big, and I think this is one of those times. But that's the back of my head. Hello. I have also thrown in some of the little satellite dishes. Yes, these are a reuse. Don't get mad at me. They're just purty. But the last time you've seen them, they would have been white, and it's a couple of years ago. So I've transitioned them over to copper. They're just about done aging, and then I would kind of want to go through and kind of tweak the gradient a little bit, but then when that next update comes out and those copper rods can oxidize too. Anywho, getting ahead of myself there, my apologies. We then have this thing. So over, oh gosh be golly, even further. Okay, so previously potatoes and carrots and melons and pumpkins. So we have been drowning in produce. So it was time to do something about that. I took, I don't know, a couple of evenings, whipped up this funny looking thing. I'm not 100% sold. I think I need to add a little something down here maybe just to kind of tie it up a little bit. But as for right now, we have the kind of bridge coming up here, supported by a big kind of monstrosity doohickey there, and inside we have been well, we've been getting rid of some produce, which is good. But this is timely because I'm being fussy because, well, my tisms are showing right now. They have to have potatoes and carrots. I am controlling the urges to have them in a specific order because that's just insanity, because then you also need pumpkins as well. So we're getting there. We are getting there. So we're going to be able to burn through a whole bunch of produce real quick. But as you can see, I still have a little ways to go because, well, mom and dad, and they do things at their own pace. Hi, mom and dad. Or dad and dad, or mom and mom. I don't know. I'm really not sure. But anyway, they seem happy overall. They're just doing things at their own. Oh, hello. We have some new offspring to offer up, so we can start by. Oh, we're gonna get the baby. Nope, no baby. Come on. I know you can do it. Thank you. Okay. Please grow up, and then we will transform you into a farmer. And he better be a good farmer. Because what happens when you're a bad farmer is Terrick loses his temper. I'm just kidding. No, if they just don't get pumpkins, and if they don't get pumpkins, it's a problem. Now, I think I've caught you up on all of the nonsense I've been doing in the last couple of weeks. So the last thing is that thing. Oh, and this thing. And this thing. There's been a little dark patch in the middle here where I've had to leave a torch, and it finally bothered me enough that I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make like a little vehicle. And then I was like, I don't want to make a vehicle. I'm going to make a trailer, because then I can put all my landscaping bits in here as well that I've been using, and lighting, like under every thing there's lava to illuminate. Anyway, but then we have a street light here as well. So ta-da! Every night this turns on and it solves our lighting problem. Functional in the world. Oh, and there's a bed, because, well, I just leave beds everywhere in this world, apparently. This is the first time I've carried a bed in a while, and honestly, it makes me feel a little bit dirty. So, this thing happened. Where to even start? Well, typically you start at the front, and then you work around the way, the back. Is there a back? Is there a back? You don't know yet. There's a back. Of course there's a back. Can't not do the back. Anyway, so portal billboard, lots and lots of little funky details. Been playing with texturing and kind of using flat blocks to try and create staggeration. Is staggeration a word? ST. I don't know. I don't care anymore. So yeah, kind of using flat blocks, but using straight lines to kind of differentiate the floors in the building. Just kind of there would be like a little thing of flashing here, causing some discolorations. Anyway, I thought it was kind of fancy. We did a funky roof, real funky roof. Yes, those are creaking hearts, walls, pots, just all sorts of stuff. Kind of bringing that build and this build a little bit together, because this one was kind of a little out of place. Now it's a little bit, well, now they're both just out of place. So, but you know what? It's fine. But inside, awkward pause. Inside, we've done a very basic interior. Little bit of bookshelfy action, a whole bunch of greenery, just because, well, I like my greenery. And of course, another bed, because, you know, it's just a Terrick world without beds. I haven't done anything over here yet, because, I don't know. No idea. But we have our primary rocket box, so whenever we need to, we can swap out the rocket boxes. So this one's not named. That's an oopsies. Gunpowder intake, and then we have our walk-in rocket dispenser. So yeah, basically whenever I need rockets, I just run in here, push the button, stand for a second, and then I'm outie. And it's good. Everything's happy in the world. And then, of course, the illustrious? I don't know. The thing, the back. It's done. It's good enough. It's a back. It's done. I'm still kind of debating my choices on making this the primary entrance for melons and pumpkins. Is this working? This keeps breaking. Oh, it is working. Hello, minecart. Thank you. Yeah, I keep unloading the chunks and the minecart stops apparently. So, but we have so many. Actually, not as many. We've been trading quite a bit of pumpkins to get our kind of villager stockpile up, but then we have lots of melons as well. So this has been very beneficial in for the emerald. There we go. Side of things. Now, I think the last thing I have to do. This is gonna bother somebody so much. I just have to do it. That upset somebody, didn't it? That's okay. That's okay. That's just how I roll now, apparently. I'm here to cause trouble. I think I've always been here to cause trouble. I just have edited out the trouble, and I'm not going to be editing the troubling. Anyway, I think the last thing I have to do now is to take a thumbnail of, well, probably this, and then we'll just leave all this as a surprise for something or other. I don't know. Anywho, so yeah, I need to take a thumbnail, and then I need to work on some editing so you can see this monstrosity of an episode. But yeah, thank you so very much for sharing your time with me, folks. It is, as always, greatly appreciated. Never want to not say that, because time is our most precious commodity. So thank you so very much, everybody. And until next time, hopefully not too long in the future, have yourself a wonderful good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.